Good morning. What a crazy morning, right? So if you're going to catch me on a replay, make sure you wait around for everybody to come in and chat to get going, because that'll take a few minutes. But go ahead and, if you would, go watch some of our other videos, give us a thumbs up, leave comments, all of that good stuff. And when you come into this live stream, make sure you give us a thumbs up and comment here in the chat as we get going. Well, we greatly appreciate everybody who subscribes to the channel and supports us. I woke up this morning. Well, my dog woke me up this morning. I didn't wake me up this morning. My shirt's all messed up. My dog wakes me up this morning. My hat feels tight. Is my head getting bigger? I think my head's getting bigger. Or maybe I'm hot. I don't know. GTA, how are you this morning? Thank you for being here. Oh, I need to take these out. I was having trouble hearing myself. I couldn't figure out why. Then I remembered. So, doing pretty good. A little tired. Got up early this morning. The dog woke me up. She has a real habit that when she wants to wake up, you have no choice in the matter. She likes to jump on you and bounce and pound and lick you and do everything she can to get you up. Till finally, no matter how much you want to sleep, you give in and go, fine, fine. So that's where we're at this morning. I'm really tired. I stayed up late last night working on stuff. So GTA, how are you today, by the way? Good morning from my part of the world. I hope you're doing well. Hope your day is going to go great. Well, I just got on. I know, I was telling my dog Lily wouldn't let me sleep this morning. So I thought I'd come on for a while and see what's going on in the YouTube world. And I was going to make a little video, Sanders. I had this dream, last night about ice cream is okay for breakfast, and I can prove it why. And I had a dream about that. I had a dream how I broke down an argument why ice cream is okay for kids to have as for breakfast. As I was working on this morning, I was working on my script, because I try to pre-plan what I say a tiny, tiny bit when I do videos. And I saw that Elon Musk and Ramaswamy has been picked to streamline the government. So I thought that was exciting, fascinating, no matter who you voted for or who you didn't vote for. Having two brilliant-minded business people run our government or help with our government, man. Let's put some money behind. No, not a dream about having kids. Yeah, no. There is none of that. But I often dream of arguments. I know this is kind of weird, maybe. I don't know. But I've been this way all my life. I've always dreamt of things. Maybe I would hear something at the college or on the news, and maybe it would be a problem or an issue or this or that, and before you know it, I guess it sticks in my lizard brain, right? And so I would wake up during the night and dream about these things, and I usually come up with some kind of weird solution that's really not a solution, but in a dream state, kind of made sense. I don't know. But no, I think my argument for ice cream is going to be a valid one. I think everybody who has kids ought to be ready for this. I'm going to blow your world. Maybe somebody already did it. I don't know, but first time it dawned on me, I can make the argument why children should be allowed to eat ice cream in the mornings. and at night and any else time they want. Just saying. Ace is in the house. Hello, Ace. Sanders, do you got to work today? Are you working today? But I feel like my head's too big. Is my head grown? You ever wake up in those mornings and you think your head is swollen? I don't feel like my head's swollen. A couple of times I planned on discussing it and it never worked out that way for me and alive. That was funny. Sitting in the parking lot at work now? All right. Well, I know you work hard and, you take pride in your work and you're trying to do everything you can to take care of the wife and the kids, which is one of the most admirable things that you could possibly do in life, I think. When it always impresses me how hard fathers will work for their children. So, I don't know. Let's see, I'm pro ice cream. And so I guess this morning I'm also pro Elon Musk and Ramaswamy taking a look at the government. I know that it's not a cabinet position and it's not a position that has to be voted in. But I was thinking, when I saw that, wow, wouldn't that kind of be like former presidents saying that we're going to have Einstein look into, stuff? I don't know. I was thinking about like one of the Rockefellers or J.P. Morgan, but, history kind of proves all of them guys were kind of corrupt and dirty. So I don't know about Vic Ramaswamy if he's dirty or not, but, but I'm excited about that. I don't care who you vote for, what you believe, but the thought that, man, if that could trickle down to us in any way, shape, or form, wouldn't that be exciting? Even if they made the government run more efficient, improve the computer system to where everybody gets their check faster. There's not as much redundancy, and so we're just efficient. Even if they can't find all those billions and billions and billions and billions of billions of dollars that have been spent over the many thousands of years for toilet seats and hammers, Project Blue Book, funding the aliens that come here, even if they can't find all of that money, because I have to deal with the government. So even if they just and I will say this, as somebody who has to deal with Social Security, in my years of dealing with Social Security's gotten better. It's gotten easier to work with. They've gotten stricter, and we're doing a better job with security, making sure that our stuff isn't stolen, which I greatly appreciate. But they seem to be easier to work with if you call them up on the phone. So I like that. And the website's improved. Well, let me tell you, Conscious, your question is, what is my opinion on the recent U.S. elections and effect on the world economy? I've always stated, and this isn't a political channel, but I found it really interesting, the Elon Musk and Vic Ramaswamy thing, because they're not politicians. They're just brilliant men like we would all like to be. And they're all filthy rich men like we all would like to be. So, and this may be an American arrogance. I think the world economy is greatly affected by how well the U.S. economy does. And if Americans have more money, then everybody else has more money. Because we spend money. We'll catch you this evening. All right, young Sanders, Charles, we appreciate you. Yeah, I should be online later today. I just woke up with my ice cream dream and thought maybe I'll go live for a little bit. Then I'm going to go back and take a nap. So but A lot of first world countries, including the United States, we buy crap we don't need. We take vacations that are expensive to remote locations. We enjoy life and the fruits of our labor. A lot of course, third world and second world countries don't have that option of that luxury lifestyle. So if you hurt first world countries financially, if they're hurting financially, then everybody else trickle down. Because then nobody's going to the Philippines to hang out for the month because they're not going to waste their money in the Philippines. And a third world country like the Philippines suffers greatly because now they're not getting the tourist dollars that they desperately need. So I don't care who you vote for, Democrat, Republican, don't really give a shit. But I think the economy in every administration is one of the most important things that you have to look after. Userman24 retracted his message, so maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I am not an economist. I never studied. Well, I took micro and macroeconomics and some stuff like that, but I'd never studied the economy in great details when I was in college or anything. So, you know, I wasn't a business major, and I took business law and some other courses, but so I can't say I'm an expert in the field. But it only makes sense that even in the Philippines, which is an emerging nation, I don't know if they will ever ever emerge, but they are an emerging nation. So you can already tell that there's a lot of Filipinos making a whole lot more money than they've ever had in the past. And that's trickling down and changing the way the Philippines is, as an example. Yeah, no worries. I'm always saying, if I can answer questions, I'll do it. You may not like my answer, but all right. Yeah, people may not like my answer, but that's okay. Backlash, good morning, my friend. Not that Philippine wannabe guy again. I know, man, here he is again. Talking smack on the internet. How are you? Well, I was telling them Backlash, it's kind of weird this morning. One, I feel like my head's big. Do I got a big head? You know, maybe I got a headache. My head feels like it's exploding. But my dog woke me up really early this morning and irritated me. So, about to clock into work. Well, I understand. Don't work too hard though, man. Just don't do it. No comment on that. Diddy. Don't drink beer, it will kill you. Just about anything can kill you. Beer, water, you name it. Anything can kill you. Backlash. Yeah, we'll be live again later tonight again and all that. But yeah, I don't know. I had a dream about ice cream and why children should be allowed to eat ice cream for breakfast. And then my dog woke me up, so I came in here to do a video about why ice cream's okay to eat for breakfast, but I got sidetracked by Elon Musk and Vic Ramaswamy. Well, tea has caffeine in it, so caffeine can be deadly, and water can kill you. Did you know that? Did you know water can kill you? Eat some healthy rice. Rice is gross. Rice is not a healthy food. It's bleached, and it's the body converts it, and a lot of people that are on high rice diets have diabetes and die. So I drive an ambulance, not hard. Well, I don't know that. I wouldn't say that's not hard. It's important, right? You know, it's kind of important job, I think. That's what I think. Then he says, don't eat hamburger. Well, you got to eat something. What are you going to eat? Rice and water? Rice kills. Rice isn't life in this part of the country. But you eat whatever makes you happy is the biggest thing. If you like water and rice, you just eat away. If you like bread and water, you just eat away. You just make yourself happy, and that's the key to happiness in life for everybody. So, yeah, you got to ride it. Corn, right. I love corn, really love corn. But it is one of the ingredients or one of the foods pretty much, comes out the way it went in. Kind of weird, huh? So, you know, are we getting close to Thanksgiving yet? When is Thanksgiving this year? Man, I feel like maybe I got to take some aspirin. No, me, I don't have any aspirin in here. Probably ate them all already. Thanksgiving is on the 28th, right? Yeah, 28th. What is healthy food for you? It's not so much about, my point is not so much about what is healthy for me or that I know anything. My point is every food can kill you. Every food can be unhealthy. Too much fruits and vegetables can lead to diabetes, especially fruits with all the sugars. Your body can't process them. Too much fiber and you crap too much and you don't retain enough nutrition in your body. So everything has to be done in moderation with the thought on overall health. But you can't just say, don't do this and do that and you'll be healthy. It's not that simple. It's a more complex process than just saying, don't drink soda and you'll be healthy. That's kind of what I mean. Fish. Like fish? And fish is great, right? But then when you go to deep fry it, we just made really good healthy food into not healthy, but tastes better food. So, got to do my truck maintenance. All right, my friend. Yeah, make sure your truck is in good working order. We don't want you to go to a call and go, well, geez, I wonder what happened to those back tires. Or why isn't my truck running well this morning? We want you to be able to drive with confidence, my friend. So I really enjoy it when people come on to live streams and say, don't do this, don't do that, and all is good. That's just not life. You got to do everything in moderation. Alcohol can be good for you, can be bad for you. Water can kill you, literally. You know that, right? But we all need water. But it has to be done in moderation. If I take you and put you face down in water and hold you there, you're going to be dead. You can also drink too much water and die. So, that's kind of what I mean by that. That's what I mean. Because you never know. Too much rice, too much grains, too much oats, a little bit of this, a little bit of that can go a long ways for you. I believe in, I don't smoke, never smoked. I think it doesn't make sense to suck in toxins into your lung and purposely. To me, that doesn't make sense. But I'm not going to stop you from smoking. So I just don't do it. I don't think it's healthy. Do I think getting exercise is healthy? Sure. Do I think working out to an excess is unhealthy? Absolutely. So you got to find a happy balance in everything that we do. Everything we do, we got to find a happy balance. So that's why I had a dream, I guess, about ice cream. And why children should be allowed to eat ice cream for breakfast. I don't know if anybody agrees with me. I don't really care. I'm voting that I don't really like ice cream. It's too creamy. Just not a big fan of ice cream. The older I get. When I was a kid, sure. But we got to ask ourselves, what's in ice cream? We have milk. See where I'm going? Right? You got milk. And what do we want our kids to eat in the morning? We want them to have cereal, which is probably the worst thing for you. We want them to have milk. Does ice cream sometimes have egg in it? Different variations? Yeah, well, we try to eat an egg once in a while, don't we? What about a little bit of sugar? Sure. Has it got any protein in there? What about fresh fruit? A lot of ice cream has fruit in it. What about caffeine? We have chocolate in ice cream. And doesn't everybody need a little bit of caffeine to survive? I'm telling you. Kids need to Google the ingredients of ice cream and then call up mom and dad and say, Mom and Dad, I've decided. We're going to start having ice cream every morning from now on. My flavor, we're going to have different flavors like peach and strawberry and raspberry. And there's not a thing that you guys can do about it. Oh, I don't know. Hang on. I dropped my pen. And then if you're going to go as far as kids can eat ice cream, right? Then why can't kids eat, the kids eat pancake. So if you can have a pancake for breakfast, can you not have a piece of cake? Just saying, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll take my hat off today. But a lot going on, man. Elon Musk, the most brilliant man in the world, has become. Him and Vic Ramaswamy are going to join teams and help out the United States government as good citizens of the world. I bet you, I think there's some things that we should watch for and pay attention to. I don't want anybody to be fired or terminated or laid off, but so today is November the 13th, 2024. It is 44 degrees here. So I think we should ask some questions. One, just out of comparison, not that we can do anything about it, but let's ask some questions for comparison. One question would be, how many federal employees do we have currently? Okay, question number one. Question two, I wonder how many jobs overlap or interfere with each other. That's an interesting question. And number three, why is the budget so freaking big? Right? So, if we let these two brilliant people, and thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way, as you guys came in. Oh, I got to take my trash can in today. You guys remind me to bring the trash can in later. I forgot to do it yesterday. Today's Wednesday. Oh, today's Wednesday. Wednesdays are good days around here. But I wonder what's going to happen, and I would like to see if there's a way that we can measure this. I'm really big on how do we measure success? In YouTube land, we measure success, right? By how many subscribers do we have? Well, I am being somewhat successful, just somewhat, not very, because my channel numbers go up a little bit. They keep going up, and I meet great people like all of y'all, especially including Backlash Fisherman, who is a kindred spirit of the fisherman kind. And so, how do we measure this? How are we going to measure this? How do we measure things? And that's where I was wondering about this. Is there a way to measure whether these two brilliant business minds who are not government employees, never been government employees, I guess Elon has contracts with the government, but he's not an employee of the government. I was a state employee for, God, I don't know, almost 30 years, which is not a bad gig. It's an easy gig. It's good money. Well, it's average money, but good benefits. You do get a lot of time off with it. But how are we going to measure and hold these young men? I say young because I think they're all younger than me. I know Vic is. Vivivic is. I don't know about Elon for sure. But how do we hold people accountable to see if they've done what they said they can do? So we have to ask questions. And one of my questions for all of you guys is, do we, the average everyday Joe Blow here in America, think the U.S. government is bloated? Do we think there is too much waste in U.S. government? Do we think there's too many employees, too many ineptitude? Do we think there's too many workers that are getting a free pass because they are federal employees and they don't have to meet any standards? For instance, you know, if you, most people who work a job, when they go to their job, right, they got to perform. I got friends that are in sales. If I'm selling cars and I sell no cars, then I don't have a job. If I'm in charge of a brand and my brand gets made fun of all over the internet, like Bud Light did this last year, and Tractor Supply, and all the Harley Davidson, and all these other companies, then maybe I'm not successful in my job. If I'm a doctor and I kill people, then I'm not successful in my job. If I'm a chef and nobody wants to eat my food, then I'm not a very good chef. So, because I saw this in state government. I worked in state government. I had a lot of friends in other divisions of the state government, all over the state. And I saw how once they got in the door, no matter how crappy of an employee they were, they could stay there until they're dead. One of the hardest things to do is to get rid of government employees. It's just hard. And government employees know this. They know that all I got to do is get in the door. If I can get in the door and make it through the probationary period and not do anything stupid like hurt little kids or get arrested for, you know, something really horrible. Even if I get arrested for drugs and alcohol, that's okay. But as long as I don't get all over the news media or get caught stealing government funds, well, then I can pretty much have a job until I die. 30, 40 years into the government system. But they're not good workers. I knew a lot of state employees that I went, you wouldn't even make it at McDonald's. Because McDonald's would expect you to work. They would expect you to fry that hamburger and make them fries. That's, you know, I don't know. So, I'm really interested in seeing what happens with them gentlemen in the United States government. I look forward to it. I wish I could fast forward because there is just so much redundancy in waste. And we knew it. And I've told people over the years, I got talked to when I worked for the state because I wanted to make things more efficient and more effective because it made things easier for me personally. And I was told, stop. You don't realize that if you're being me as one person, if I'm being efficient and effective and I'm holding people's feet to the fire, then I'm causing them displeasure. And that's messing up the gravy system for everybody in government. Because most people don't want you to be efficient in government, who works in government. They like the way it is. slow and easy. You know, we're not going to work weekends. We're not working past 5 or 5:30. We're going home. We don't think about work after we leave here. Yeah, we'll get a few things done during the day, but you know, when it comes 3:30 for the afternoon break, you take your break, and then you don't do anything the rest of the day because you don't want to get too involved. Because why would you want to work hard a few hours before you go to work, go home? That doesn't make any sense. And so everything kind of gets tabled to the next morning. Well, as a government employee, you come into work and you kind of go, well, I better get some coffee and, you know, I better go say hi to everybody. And so maybe you get there at 8 o'clock and maybe by 10 you finally get around to start doing a little bit of work. Then it's lunchtime. Come back from lunch, you do a tiny bit of work. And then you go to break, and then of course you can't do any more work for the day because that might make things, you know. So, Reborn Troll is in the house. Good morning to you, Reborn Troll. How are you today? How are things in your part of the world? I'm rambling on this morning. I had to get up early because of my dog. My head is big today. I feel like my head's big. I think I got a headache. And I was going to do a video, working on some video stuff. And I saw where Ramaswamy and Musk has been picked to streamline the United States government. And I'm very excited about that. Not because they're Republican or Democrat, just because somebody needs to streamline the damn government. Nice and cold. It is. I think it's 40, maybe 46 degrees here. I let the dog, because the dog woke me up this morning, told me to get my happy ass up so he could go outside and pee. We have a doggy door. It could go out the doggy door itself. It doesn't need me. But it's still wearing its cone of shame. And when it really wants to go outside, it knows how to get the cone of shame out the doggy door. But sometimes when it just wants to be a big baby, you know, wakes me up and makes me open the door for it. You know, so I had to wake up early this morning. Oh my God. My brain, telling you. But I like to see that. I like to see. Because I think we all, can anybody tell me, has anybody had a pleasant experience with government? I mean, can anybody go, man, you know what? I worked da-da-da division in the government and they were so good to me, it was unbelievable. Man, no, they were fast, efficient, speedy. Bam, bam, bam. Man, I was so damn impressed with government. Wow. I don't think they can. I think there's a lot of room for improvement. And whether it's cutting out the waste, getting rid of the people that do nothing in their offices, maybe I was one of those workers. I don't know. I could have been. So, but Reborn, we appreciate you being here, my friend. Thank you for the thumbs up as you come in. Backlash is in the house, but he's getting ready. He's on duty. Sanders is here. He's getting ready to do some work too. All of them hardworking people in America versus me. Yeah. Oh, it's warmed up to 50 degrees. 50 degrees now. The sun's out here, and there's no wind. So it looks like it might be a nice day. But when I got up this morning, it was windy and cold, or when the dog woke me up. So, kind of crazy, kind of crazy. I got to work on making a video for my friend today. I didn't get it done yesterday. I got to work on my video. But I might have to get rid of my headache before I do that. I got a buddy who wrote this book. He was a mentor of mine when I taught and worked with the Department of Labor. And he also married Lorelei and I. And he's old now, but he wrote this book a while back. And so I read it the other day, made some notes, and I need to work on a video that I'm gonna Facebook them, because he doesn't do YouTube, I don't believe, but he's the pastor of a church in Arkansas. And I want to try to, oops, sorry, Daisy. I want to try to put together a nice little short video message for him and his congregation about some of my experiences with him. Good experiences, kind experiences that I learned from him over the years. And there is something I always, and I didn't realize it, but I've told people many times over the years, there's something I've learned from him. I didn't know until after reading his book, it was intentional. Not that he taught me it intentionally, but the act that I saw him do, that I modeled, was something that he intentionally did. But now I've read his book, and I know that, so I got to try to formulate a nice little Hallmark type video for him that I'm going to send down to him and his family to see on Facebook today, is what I'm going to try to do. So we got 7 people watching. Thank you all for thumbs up here. We appreciate you guys. Let me know who's all here. Drop a comment out front and let us know what you guys think, what you want to talk about. And I often think about wanting to write my own book. I need to write a book. I want to write a book. But one, I am not good at writing. I am not a writer. So, but I would like to write a book. I'd like to turn the story of my coma and everything in and around that into a book. I did a large video about it on my YouTube channel, and talking about my coma, how we survived, all of that, everything that happened in the coma. But I'd really like to write that as a book. My problem with it is I don't think it has any big moral story. It just is what it is. It just happened. And so a lot of times books need a hook, a moral story. I don't know if mine has one, but it's a hell of a story. So we'll see. I come in today to work on some of that. Oh, here's some. Here. I got some arthritis cream because I'm old. Let me put some of this on my head. Maybe this will make my head better. There we go. Maybe I slipped on my neck, I don't know. So the real question is, what do you guys think? You know, my questions, I throw out questions all the time, and I do find it fascinating to know what others think about things. Because that's the only way that we truly learn, is to know what you think so that we can study it and figure out our own point of view. And a lot of times there are black and white, right and wrongs, but a lot of times there's not. A lot of times there's just different variations of gray and purple and green and blue and all of that stuff. Well, let me pull this up. I'm looking at I gotta buy a Christmas gift for somebody. And I'm looking at that this morning too. I got a friend that we kind of, what happened? I get kicked out of my own Yahoo? Maybe I don't know my own email. I don't know. Oh, I had to reboot my computer the other day. Maybe I forgot to write down my passwords. Oh, man. I'm waiting for a code to come across. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it differently. Oops. So we're hoping everybody, thank you for being here. We appreciate y'all. What's going on in y'all's world? Let us know. Tell us what you think. What's going to go on? Do you think having people, business people, put their nose into the U.S. government operations, that things might get better? Do we think Elon Musk and Ramaswamy can help us, people of the government, with the government? Do we think that? How's the weather where you guys are? Anything exciting? I know the Philippines is in the midst of getting some more typhoons right here. Looks like 4 typhoons in the last, yeah. Typhoons after typhoons in the Philippines, so that's a bummer. For the Philippines, we don't have anything coming our way. I think we have a little bit of rain coming. I don't know if I haven't seen the long-term weather forecast to find out if we have a heavy winter snow coming this winter or not. I don't really know. So I've been kind of strolling and scrolling this morning, checking out some of the Philippine channels, the weather channels, the government channels. So, but I hope everybody's doing great this morning. Let me know what you want to talk about, what you think, what's on your mind. Are you having a good day, a good morning? Is the world getting to be a better place, or is it becoming a worse place? Oh, hang on. We might have some breaking news here. I found something about Elliot Eastman. And maybe a bunch of garbage, but let me listen in. Sibuko. So it sounded like the Elliot Eastman kid. It looks like he's probably dead, but it looks like it may have been a love triangle gone wrong. There is more of a reward offered, but we don't know what's going on with that. Oh, let me check what's going on here. It doesn't look like anything too exciting happening today in the world of YouTube. Nothing really new on Eastman. They don't know. Nobody knows anything. They apparently have arrested a couple more people in connection with his disappearance, but it doesn't seem like they're talking or saying anything. So nothing really informative about the Elliot Eastman kid, except for he's still missing. They are going to give a little bit more reward money, but that's it, you know. I've been feeling like I need to watch some more movies lately. Maybe it's because Veterans Day was the other day. And I know it's almost time to watch Christmas movies. So, but I can't get into Christmas movies at this point in time, or Christmas music. Still not quite ready for that. But I'm trying to find out if our idiot YouTuber from America, who's in Korea, whether he's going to be put in jail or not. Three people watching. Thank you there. What's the kid's name? Johnny Somalia is facing up to 10 years in prison in South Korea. Let's say we got an update on Johnny Somalia and whether he's going to get himself put in Korean prison for 10 years, or if they're just going to be holding him for a while and then they're going to send him packing out of the country, which is what I think they will do. Because I don't think they want to put him in prison in Korea. I think they'll just send his ass out of the country after, putting him there. So we're looking for the latest news on him this morning also. So let's see here. He was behaving badly because he was pouring instant noodles on a table after an employee stopped him from drinking alcohol. So I guess maybe he was drunk. Dennis, good morning, PAC and all. How are you, Dennis? Man, I woke up with a bad headache this morning. Woke up with my dog waking me up early. So I got up early, was going to work on some stuff. And I saw that Elon Musk and Ramaswamy has officially been picked to revamp the U.S. government's efficiency, which I'm very excited about. I don't know if anybody else is or not. So I don't know how the rest of the world, I wonder how the rest of the world sees that. I think it's a fabulous thing. I think our government is so overbloated that it's stupid. But I was wondering, how do you measure success when it comes to that? How are we going to be able to look back in a year, Dennis, and say they were successful? Is it by the number of unemployed federal workers? How do you measure that success? Because we all know that they're never going to find that $1 trillion that has been spent on toilet seats and hammers, so they're never going to find that money. And then I was looking here on the news to see about anything about Elliot Eastman, and there's really no news about him except for a couple more people have been questioned about his death in the Philippines, or his disappearance in the Philippines. They are still speculating that it's kind of a love thing, a community thing. I think the reward has gone up a little bit for him in the Philippines, but there's still no request for money. So he's not alive. He's been buried out in some damn jungle somewhere. Then I wanted to look into this stupid kid in Korea Trying to figure out what his update is, whether he is still in Korea, if he's still in jail waiting trial, or what. And, we talked about the fact that he was disrespecting a statue of the women, the young Korean women raped and sold into slavery by the Japanese during colonial rule, throwing noodles and getting drunk. So, apparently in response to his antics, locals attacked him. Locals. While he was streaming on October the 24th and 27th, which resulted in Ismail seeking hospital treatment. So he got his ass beat in Korea for acting like a fool in a foreign country. The people in the foreign country wouldn't put up with him. They beat his ass for it. That's good. But of course, he would probably spin it as, oh, I'm a victim. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. No, I'm a victim of these mean Koreans. I didn't mean to take my penis out and pee all over their country, but, One Korean martial arts YouTuber even offered a W2 million, which is about $1,500 reward for information about Ismail's whereabouts. So apparently there's a bounty out, and Koreans have a bounty out on the boy. $1,500 if you let me know where he is, because I'm going to come beat his ass. So that's, and he has been banned from leaving Korea. What I'm trying to find out if he's in jail or not, if they're holding him, like without bail or something. And look, there's enough video evidence to say that he actually did what they say he's going to do. It's right there. I just saw it. They're not showing all the disrespect he did, but twerking on the statue, the lady that represents the Korean women who were murdered, raped, and sold into slavery. Guy's a damn idiot. Oh, and here's a video of him getting his ass beat by Koreans, being tackled to the ground and having his ass whooped by locals. So I wonder if you think he might learn his lesson. I think he is trying to say, wait, I am so sorry, please, forgive me. But he is apparently now under arrest, so he's in custody, and he can face up to 10 years. He was forced to his apology November the 7th. His apology came out by a group of forcibly escorted Ismail out of a car and made him apologize. I just want to apologize for what I have done. My behaviors did not mean to hurt Koreans' pride this much. See, that's not an apology. This much. I only meant to hurt their pride a little bit. Not this much, but only a little bit. I only meant to embarrass them and piss them off and shit on their country this much, not this much. So how dare they be offended and beat me up and put me in jail because I only meant to shit on their country this much, not that much. Man, Americans like him give us a bad name. Oh my God. We need to, a lot of countries have classes. It's like my wife had to go through one when we got married or got engaged. When she got her visa to come to America, she had to go through a visa class where they kind of talked to her about America, about, what's kind of appropriate, what's not appropriate. And do we think Americans have become so stupid that we need to start doing that? That we got to start putting Americans who want to travel to another country especially if they have a YouTube channel, that we got to put them through a class, a seminar, so that they don't behave the way that they behave in a foreign country. Do we got to start doing that? Do we got to start dumbing shit down so bad that we have to do that? I don't know, man. I'm starting to worry about us. You know? I just don't know. I mean, when does being stupid become a bad idea? When is being stupid a stupid thing? When is all of this? So, but now I'm sure he's playing the victim because, you know, he got beat up by the Koreans and he was forced to apologize. And his apology was, I didn't mean to insult them that much. We were supported through donations such as yours, that's not him. So, what do you guys think about foreigners that go to other countries and get themselves into trouble? Should the American government give a rat's ass about Americans that go to other countries and become a dickhead and cause troubles and twerk on statues of beloved figures, get in fights and get drunk and spill and throw ramen noodles everywhere? So he has been indicted. So I wonder, what do we do with this? What do we do with people like this? Can we do anything about people like this? Is it just the way our world is because everybody thinks YouTube makes them unique and special? I have special privileges because I'm a YouTuber. But he definitely got his ass beat in Korea. You can see it on his face. 10 years in jail, busted up face, tore up eyeball. Thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way, as you guys come in. Appreciate that. Yeah, he got his ass beat. And he has people apparently looking for him in Korea, from what I'm looking at some of the threads, that he has people say, and he's claiming, well, I don't understand your culture. I didn't understand things, so therefore I am not guilty of offending you. No, it's offensive that you wouldn't bother to learn anything about our country before you came here, but you thought you'd come here and be a horse's ass. So, you know what I mean? It's sad. I feel like I'm talking more about that dirtbag than anything, so let me change the title here. On our live stream, we'll change the title, because so now his excuse is, I didn't know anything. I didn't know this would be offensive to you poor people in Korea. So why are you mad at me? Why are you beating me up? Why are you putting me in jail? I'm a good boy. I just didn't know about your country, even though I bought a ticket, got a visa, and booked a trip to your land. It's not my fault that I am stupid. Oh my God. You gotta love YouTube. You gotta love idiot people. Where would we be in life if we didn't have dumbass people? Um, where would we be? I don't know where would we be. But we gotta have dumb people. I don't know. But I think we oughta, I wanna be in charge. I do. I volunteer myself to be in charge. Maybe I was going to email Donald Trump yesterday, but I forgot. I'm going to volunteer Lorelei to become the ambassador to the Philippines. Let me Google Donald. Does anybody know Donald Trump's email address? I need to email him. What's the guy's name? Donald. That's right, Donald. Because I want to send him an email telling him my wife, who's a dual citizen, U.S. Philippines, that I would like to officially offer her services up to be the ambassador to the Philippines under his administration. Now, I just got to know, I guess he doesn't have a government email because he's not a government employee, yes. Palm Beach, Trump's website. Oh, he has a website. So what do you guys think? You think Scotty B's in the house? Hey, Scotty, how are you? Scotty, thank you for being here. Good morning to you. How are things in the Philippines? I am thinking about emailing our new president and seeing if I can offer my wife up to become the ambassador to the Philippines because she's a dual citizen. And I was going to try to send him an email, so I'm trying to find an email that actually might get to him and tell him that I would like for Lorelei to become the U.S. ambassador to the Philippines. Humid, but it's always humid. I know. I know. So the question is, how do we actually get an email to Donald Trump? One that might actually get there. Try this try his Truth Social. Okay. Truth Social. Because, Lorelei doesn't know it, but she would make a fine ambassador to the Philippines. I'm not for sure she wants the job. But it would get us a free trip to the Philippines, and I would, bring all of you guys to the Manila consulate or whatever the hell it is, wherever they're going to put us up, and we're going to live. Oh, you got to create an account. I don't want to do that. That must be something else. Let me see. I don't know if you saw that, where he has made Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy in charge of streamlining the government. But I think Lorelei would be a fine ambassador, don't you? And I would have all of you guys come with your women. You bring the women to Manila. Come to Manila and join us. We could have a big summit and have a big Red Horse Beer Fest and have a bunch of good food to eat. And we could do it all saying that we are getting Oops. We're soliciting information for the betterment of the relationship between the Philippines and America. Can she get me some free visa? Absolutely. You damn right. Damn right. We will appoint you transportation representative from America to the Philippines. How's that? I might have to wait until he gets into office, I guess. I don't know. But by then he might already have somebody picked. So I'm going to have to find a way to get a hold of the good president. The president, I found his 45th term page where you can write him things. But free visas all around. No, yes, we will advocate. We will advocate this, Scotty. Upon entry of the Philippines, if you're an expat in good standing, meaning you're not a criminal dirtbag, that in your first 30 days, you can apply for a 1-year visa right then and there as you come through customs. And it's automatically granted within the 30 days. So they got 30 days to get it to you because your first 30 days. But that gives you a year at no cost, like the Balik Bayan visa. Everybody should be able to have the Balik Bayan visa. So we are going to do that. Well, let's see if Wikipedia knows how to contact Donald. I used to have his phone number, you know, but I've lost it. See, all of this is when he was the president before. Here's his website out of Palm Beach. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. But I'm going to send him a message. GTA says, sorry I was busy. It's all right, GTA. Thank you for being here. Oh, that's the newspaper, the Palm Beach. That's not the not a website for them. See, man, there's just nothing recently. We thank you for being here anyway. I think we've got 7 people watching me this morning while I'm rambling on about different crap. But I think she'd make a great ambassador. So here's the thing from 2016, how to get hired by him. U.S. embassies and consulates in the United Kingdom? No. I got a feeling that the internet people don't want me to know how to email Donald Trump. Because I think they're worried that my wife's going to become the ambassador to the Philippines. I mean, come on. It's only, I mean, what'd be wrong with us being, you know, or she being the ambassador to the Philippines? Nothing wrong with that, right? I think she'd be a fine ambassador. We just need to make it happen somehow. So, I'm sure everybody would vote for that. Lorelai's a nice person. And we've been in the Philippines enough. We've helped a lot of people getting back and forth to the Philippines. So but we can get free visas. We can have, I don't know what this money is. I got money. What is this? I don't know about that. So we got to work on that. If anybody has a direct email to Donald Trump that somebody actually will answer, let me know. Because I volunteer my wife. Well, we don't want to be, we're not volunteering. I'm volunteering her name to be paid to become the ambassador to the Philippines from the United States. But we're not doing it for free. Free balut all the way around. That's right. We can have free balut holidays. Red Horse Saturdays. How's that? At the, I don't know what it's called there in the Philippines, but at the consulate, maybe, and we'll come to every island. Here's what we will do, Scotty, so that we are, my wife, the ambassador, because I'm just the ambassador's husband, so I have nothing. We will come and visit every island where we have expats hanging out to get their opinion, and we will have a celebration each and every time we get there. No budget Sundays, there you go. I just need to know how to email them. I mean it. I'm going to send them an email and say, look, I don't know, why not her? I mean, just because Elon Musk is brilliant and worth billions, does that make him an expert on money and budget? No allowance Monday, no budget Sundays, and no allowance on Mondays. I like it. Red Horse Saturdays, right? What about karaoke Thursdays or Tuesdays? And should we ban karaoke or should we encourage karaoke? But I think she'd make a fine one. And on a serious note, but I am serious. If I can find a damn email to him, I will email him. I know it won't go anywhere. But we did look at her working at the consulates. Sorry stores Tuesdays. Yeah, make sure you pay your bill on Tuesdays at the sorry store. Oh no. And they are a bad investment for us foreigners. I don't know how many times we get people wanting us to invest in their little sorry or their piggery. That's what I was trying to tell Henry the other day. Man, and I didn't mean to, and I don't think Bai was offended, but I didn't mean to offend her when I was talking about we don't need to invest in their businesses. It's a scam, it's a racket. And it's not so much the person that we know who's asking us to invest in their business, it's everything downstream. Because they know that individual knows a foreigner, so they're going to lie to them and hustle them and convince them, oh yeah, you just get your rich foreigner to give you $1,000 and we can do this and make all of this money and blah, 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 and you're going to earn this. And before you know it, the $1,000 is gone and their little friend is gone. Seen it, heard it, watched it happen. We're just not going to do it. Not going to do it. But Lorelai knows the Philippines. She went to Manila once. So I think we're qualified to become, or she's qualified. It's kind of like the beach house thing, Dennis, or the house on the water. The house on the water is not for me, so that my wife can have a better quality of life. So she can sit outside in the big kitchen, the outdoor kitchen by the saltwater pool, and look out and see the water and see the boat and the boathouse and, all the beautiful landscaping. That's all for my wife, not for me. So her becoming the ambassador to the Philippines is not for me. It's for her. I'll have to get a custom-made, what? Well, not if Donald says so. Come on, Scotty. But if the Donald says my wife can be the ambassador, can't she be the ambassador? I thought that was an appointed. Do you have to be a Foreign Service officer to be an ambassador? But can he not make me one? Or make her one? See, it's not about me. I'm telling you, it's not about me. It's about Lorelai. I'm looking out for Lorelai. A Foreign Service worker. So, do I need to get her registered? Maybe I can go register her really quick. A Foreign Service officer is a commissioned member of the United States Foreign Service who formulates and implements the foreign policy under the United States. Work as diplomats, that's a or her. Communication, policy, blah, 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 blah. They apply their technical knowledge and expertise to promote their democratic values and free, peaceful, and prosperous world. We could do that. It looks like all you got to do is upload a resume, Scotty, and get Donald Trump to say, you're it. You're it. Come on, man. Come on, Scotty. I was going to give you a free visa. And to become, so you have to take a written exam, personal narrative, and interview, then clearance. Well, but can't the president waive all of that? Do we really have to do all of that, Scotty? Why can't we just get a waiver? I want a waiver. Isn't there a rule about a waiver in there anywhere? Can I have a waiver? For my wife. Remember, it's not for me, it's for my wife. You know? There has to be a waiver where the president can just anoint you king of the Philippines and you get to go over there. Man, Scotty, you're raining on my parade, buddy. I wonder if I could, Albert says Trump. Yes, Trump is now the president of the United States of America. He takes office in January. Who we're looking for as Foreign Service workers, we hire Foreign Service officers. We look for motivated individuals. See, she's motivated. I just got to tell her she is. With sound judgment and leadership abilities who can retain their composure in times of great stress. We can fudge that one. Or in dire situations like military coup or major environmental disasters. We are looking for individuals to dedicated to public service. That's us. We're dedicated to public service. Look, we're on YouTube. Isn't this a public service? Got to be a U.S. citizen, so that's Lorelai. She's between 20 and 59, so that's her, and hold a bachelor's degree. No, Mom, you can get a waiver. How about an education waiver? Let me get that out of my ears so I can hear myself. Career track. I should have done this. I probably should have done this myself 20,000 years ago when I was a young man. But it must be Senate confirmed. Damn, Scotty, I don't want to go through all that. I just want Donald to say, you guys are going to go represent America in the Philippines and, you know, feel free to spin how you want and do what you want and call me if you have any problems. That's what I want. I don't want all this hard stuff. You know, I mean, so yeah, you got to have an application, personal, yeah. Man, Scotty. Well, I'm taking your visa away, Scotty. You're no longer getting a free visa. I'm just telling you, Scotty. No free visa for Scotty now. So, I did talk to Lorelai seriously about this. We actually thought about when years ago we did, and she didn't want to do it, so I didn't pursue it. And I think we'd have to do all of this stuff. Well, we are all ambassadors just to get paid or the free stuff. I know, but I want the free stuff. I want to get paid. I want to, well, sorry, my wife, because remember, it's not about me. I want my wife to walk into a room and everybody, you know, say, hi, Madam Ambassador. Hi, Madam Ambassador. You know, can I get you a cup of tea today? And she'll say, yes, and make sure you get my husband one too. And he wants to go fishing. So somebody figure out how to take his happy ass fishing, you know. And bring some lumpia, because he really likes lumpia. So, don't forget. But we did look at this years ago in a real thing. When Lorelai first got here, we actually looked at her applying to the U.S. consulates here from the Philippines, like in Houston. So we actually did look into that years ago, and she just didn't think she wanted to go that route. But we did. We thought about, well, maybe we'd move to Houston or Los Angeles or New York or Texas or Florida and try to work for a consulate or an embassy. Or she would. I wouldn't. Free balut. Man, did you see how much balut are in America? Lorelai showed the other day that I think the balut that she found at our local Asian store is like $2.39 for one egg. I think this one was $2.19 an egg. Man, that's crazy. Well, Scotty, you've rained on my parade, man. I was getting all excited. I'm still going to email him and say, look, I want an executive order making us your personal representative to the Philippines. How's that? And we will work with the Philippine ambassador, right? How's that? Maybe we could do it that way. But maybe we don't become civil servants. We just go over as special envoy to the Philippines. Maybe that's something. There has to be a way to get around the government bureaucracy. There just has to be a way. Maybe we can ask Elon. Maybe Elon knows. I got a package coming in the mail. Everybody be quiet. Lorelai's ordered some stuff from Team U. It's starting to sneak up to the door. But we gotta be really, really quiet. Because I hope the lady doesn't ring the doorbell. The lady rings the doorbell, my dogs go ape shit. So I try to get them not to ring the doorbell. We've turned it down. But my dogs have really good hearing. And they say she's already there, but I turned the phone alert off. So the dogs can't hear my phone going off that there's somebody in front of us. But my dogs listen to everything I say. They're sleeping under my desk. So you gotta be really quiet. It's kind of like catching fish. You gotta be really quiet. All right, now the van's gonna drive away. So I think we've been successful. The mail lady dropped a package off. The dogs don't know anything about it. So it's a good thing. HDN is in the house. Henry's in the house. HDN's in the house. Henry, I'm very disappointed this morning. I had a big plan where I was getting Lorelai to become the ambassador to the Philippines, and I was going to go along with her. But Scotty here keeps throwing monkey wrenches into my freaking plan. So, and he wanted me to give him a free visa. He's not getting anything free now. He's not even going to get a free beer. So when we become the ambassador, he's not going to get nothing. He's not going to get a damn thing. So Henry, how are you this morning? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Good day, Buys Arm Candy. Hey, Dennis. Yeah, I saw Buys live stream a little bit last night. I went on and said hi for a few minutes. So she was going somewhere to help some little kids out or something like that. So Henry said hello to you, Dennis, and hello to you, Scott. She said that she only had two people that she trusted because somebody was wanting to be a blue wrench on her channel, and she said it was up to you and somebody else to decide, but you weren't there. Henry's doing okay this morning. I'm a little bit out of shape. And my head hurts, my neck hurts. I woke up too early because Lily, the dog with the cone of shame, wanted to go pee. And even though she can get her happy ass out the damn doggy door, she has to wake you up to, So, I think, and I was having a dream about children eating ice cream for breakfast and how it's perfectly lawful, legal, and okay. So, but I haven't got over my headache yet. And I've had some caffeine, so that's not it. I've had a little bit of sugar, that's not it. Oh, it is cloudy and rainy looking here. Maybe there's a pressure front coming through, and that's causing my brain to ache. We were talking about that Johnny Somali kid earlier. I thought it was funny because I followed up on some of it, and he, I don't know, Henry, if you knew, but he's that YouTuber who went to Korea to become an asswipe. And I didn't become one in Korea. He was one in America. He just happened to continue to be one in Korea. Knees are killing me. Yeah, my head's killing me, my neck's killing me. But I just realized it's because there's a pressure front coming through. And I was telling them earlier, my head felt big. So my head felt too big. Knees, yeah, my knees hurt too. My ankles, when the weather changes like this, us old people suffer, man. One thing I can say, one thing that didn't happen was that in the Philippines when the weather changed, it didn't bother me because it's just hot and miserable. But here, but I was taking pleasure in the fact that Johnny kid who went to Korea to make an ass out of himself got himself beat up by a bunch of by Koreans. So they literally tackled him and beat his face in, and then they put him in jail. Scotty says, I don't think the humidity is good for my arthritis. I don't think the humidity, because I have arthritis a lot. I mean, my vertebrae, my neck, my elbows, I have a lot of arthritis, my knees especially. What I will say though, Scotty, I agree with you, humidity was not. But the warm weather in the Philippines made my joints feel 10,000 times better. I could tell as soon as I landed in America, and it was 50 degrees out, my body just went, It's like today I feel that way. I feel like, but Henry just said he's getting rain. What is our weather here? I don't even know what my weather forecast is. Let me look what my weather forecast is. And the rain is what takes, he's not getting rain, but the rain is what causes his body to freeze up. It looks like it's going to rain here, so maybe that's part of our problem today, Henry. Us old people, this rain just... Oh, today's Wednesday. We got a 70% chance of rain and storms. So maybe that's why I feel like shit today. And then next Monday, we got a chance of rain again next Monday. So... But yeah, I don't think the humidity is good either. But the warmth kept my joints loose, is what I liked. And for me, I like the temperature, the hot temperature. But if it's too humid where you're just sucking in moisture, then that causes my lungs to have a lot of problems. But stop praying. Yeah, Dennis says, well, just get off your knees there, Henry. Quit praying and your knees won't hurt anymore. But sucking in too much moisture is obviously bad for my lungs. But if I got a breeze going, if the humidity's high, as long as the wind is going, I'm okay. But man, I think I'm starting to hurt worse now because Henry mentioned that. Henry G, thanks a lot. Thanks, Scotty, for running my day when it comes to going to the Philippines as the ambassador. And Henry, now thanks for making my joints hurt worse. Jeez, you guys are a ball of fun. Yeah. So. Oh my goodness, man. And winter here, what's bad about me about winter is it's too dry, and meaning I have to run humidifiers or my allergies act up and I dry out. So I got to keep humidifiers going on in the house during the winter months. So I put one in the bedroom last night and that helped, but that's part of it. So all right, Scotty bursted my bubble about Lorelei being the ambassador to the Philippines. Thanks again, Scotty. Appreciate that. Man. But I'm going to send an email to Trump anyway. Johnny Somalia has made me feel good about the Korean people again because the Korean people found him and beat the shit out of him for acting like a dickhead. So I'm very happy about that. Makes us feel good. Well, it's fun to help, yes. So I think YouTubers that are that stupid. That's what I was saying earlier. Maybe everybody should take a test. If you're a YouTuber and you're going to go to a foreign country, maybe you should have to take a test to get out of the country, or we shouldn't let you out of the country. I don't know. But Elon and Vivek Ramaswamy are now going to get involved in the federal government and clean it up, streamline it, and they're going to promise to give us all $1 million. So, this is absolute truth. My friend was going to Thailand but got a bad toothache. Ugh. He figured he'd get it taken care of after he got there. Ooh. But the whole month he was there, he had no pain. Do you think it's due to the plane ride, Scotty? Do you think maybe when he went up at a certain level, maybe something popped or cleared or adjusted so he didn't have that? Wow. So, but when he got back, he had issues. Dan says, no, no, let it ride. History tells us. Let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. Which country was he coming? Did he come back to the United States or did he come back to the Philippines, Scotty? Do you think it could have been the endorphins of being in Thailand? Do you think maybe the endorphins were kicking in and he was so happy and excited? I mean, I know that like when I go on a cruise, when I get home from a cruise, my legs are 10,000 times worse. But I do get a little bit of endorphin kick on the cruise because I'm so excited. The U.S. Maybe when it comes to the metal detectors in the United States. How did they get away with doing stuff like that in Thailand? Well, Dan, what we were talking about was the kid was not in Thailand. He was in Korea, if that's who you're referencing. The Johnny Somalia kid, it wasn't Thailand. He was in Korea. And he threw a bitch fit at a convenience store, threw noodles everywhere, and then got drunk and got in trouble. And then he went and did a sex dance on a statue that was representative of the Korean girls who were raped, murdered, and sold into slavery during the Japanese colonization. But then apparently he got beat up in Korea because the Koreans finally kicked his ass. And then there's apparently a bounty on his head for some mixed martial artists in Korea are looking for him and are happy to give 1,500 USD to any Korean that will find him. But in the past, yeah, you know, I've never been to Thailand. I'd like to go. I think Thailand's probably, from what I can tell, one of the most beautiful countries on the planet, I think, besides New Zealand and some others. But Scotty's friend that went to Thailand, he had a toothache before he went there, didn't have it while he was there. And then when he got back to the U.S., he had a toothache again. Maybe it's the stress of being in America. Because whether people realize it, living in America is not easy. It's not stress-free. I mean, we have to worry, altitude, humidity, endorphins running. You're excited. People are happier. I tell people all the time, do we not realize how miserable Americans are on day to day, day in, day and out? People are miserable in America. They just are. Food is definitely different. The spices, the chemicals, the sugar. HTN says basically he was being an ass to everyone, being disrespectful to the country. Yes, and he got his ass beat, and now he's being held in jail. I don't think he'll be sentenced to 10 years. I think they're going to hold him in jail for a while, and then they're going to deport his ass, because right now he's not allowed to leave the country. Dan says, yes, I would agree. He lives in Maryland. The kid, yeah. Oh, your friend lives in Maryland, yeah. Yeah, especially this year. Yeah, well, I just think in general. I think, we have a lot of friends from, and I taught college, and I had international students as my my assistants, because that's the only job they could work as international students. It's at the college. And I remember so many times over the many years, they would ask me after they got to know me a little bit, why are Americans so angry? And I'm like, just wait a while, you'll figure it out. Because America's not an easy life. I mean, people work their butts off and put up with all kinds of crap. It's not an easygoing lifestyle like the Philippines or Thailand or other places. It's not. I don't care. The better job you have, the more stress you have. The more kids you have, the more stress you have. The more you're involved in community, the more stress you have. Every time you turn around, going to Walmart is a stressful event. It stresses me out going to Walmart. They're building their case against him. I agree with that. You think he's going to go to prison? I hope he goes to prison, don't get me wrong. But usually what happens is they kind of hold them in jail for a while, scare the crap out of them, and then go ahead and kick them out of the country. But I actually agree with you, Henry. I don't think they should let him out. I think they ought to put him in maximum security prison with really bad Korean men and let him get, his butt reamed a little bit and he made an apology. And in his apology, he said, well, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that I was disrespecting Korea that much. Paraphrasing, but, that much. It's like, I didn't mean to criticize Korea this much. I only meant to criticize you this much. I guess we're a very young country. We're going through our terrible oh, that's a good point. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. And I've actually had friends who brought that up, that America's like a little child, because the country of America, because we are not very old. We are not like Japan and Thailand and Korea and some of these other countries that have been around for eons, so to speak. And I think you're right. I think we are going through that. I like that. I think that's a good point. They ended up pulling his tooth in the United States, and that alleviated the pressure, right? But pressure can come from anywhere and everywhere. And so it is strange how that works, Scotty, but I could see it, and I believe it. 1887 is the age of the country. That's right. 1887. There's too much evidence against him. He was stupid. Oh, yeah, it's all on video. The other big issue, Henry, is this. When in regards to this dirtbag, let's call him what he is, I don't care. There's a public outcry in Korea. And it's so much so that people in Korea tracked him down while he was live streaming and beat his ass for disrespecting their country. That's a good thing for Koreans. It's a good thing for Korean pride. And it's a good thing for other YouTubers to know that you may go to a foreign country, and if you're not careful, somebody's going to beat your ass for pissing and shitting all over their country, which we should do to people that do that to us. Is that the same guy that cried wolf in Chicago? The moment Korea elections are coming up, politicians are drooling to make good. I hope they do make an example, Dan. And Dan, thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up and joining the channel if you haven't done that. The other guy was Jesse S. Let me look. Let me Google him, because I'm not familiar with that one. Jesse, is that what we said? Jesse? Chicago. It's not coming up. We got any more information on him? He's a guy named Jesse, a YouTuber. The actor, that guy. Oh, the actor. Yeah. Yeah, he's no longer acting, is he? I think wasn't he on like the, I don't know, I never watched this show. I got you, I remember who you now. The actor, said that he was mugged or robbed, right? Or somebody was giving him racial slurs or something. Yeah, oh, from Empire, that's what it was. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's been a few years ago now, right? So that's his name, all right. And the real stupid thing is, why would you do this in today? Yeah, that was him, you're right. So when you look up Wikipedia now under his name, guess what it talks about? He staged a fake hate crime right on Wikipedia. Born, blah, blah, blah. Played in Mighty Ducks, blah, blah, blah. Empire staged a fake hate crime. Why would you do that? You know, I mean, you're already getting all the attention you want. You're an actor. I don't know why people would do that. Near lynching near a subway in Chicago to him in the winter. Oh yeah, it was during the winter months. The dude still retains his, oh, he's full of shit. It clearly states, later made false claims reports about the incidents when was convicted of, oh, he was convicted of 5 felony counts of disorderly conduct, damn. 150 days in county jail, or released after 6 days. While was on appeal to the bond, his appeal was denied. He had to complete his sentence in the March of 2024. The hoax to police, he was physically attacked outside of the apartment building along with the use of racial slurs and homophobic slurs. Was treated in Northwestern Memorial Hospital and released in good condition later that morning. Subsequent police investigation found him had paid he paid 2 people to do it. There were also 2 brothers to stage it, so he paid people to do it. Why didn't you just go and, I mean, so does OJ from the grave. OJ. Now look, DNS. It's raining here. I watched the old day. I was teaching back in the 90s at the college, and I was able in a position where I could pull up a TV and watch it all day long. And I'm going to tell you this. I don't know what anybody thinks. I want to know what you think. Was OJ guilty or innocent? I'm going to tell you what I think. I think he's guilty, but the prosecution did such of a shithead job that they got him off. You know, I think the boy was guilty of murder without question. But I think I voted, when we did a mock thing at the college, I voted innocent because I'm like, I got a feeling he's guilty, but they didn't prove his guilt. They didn't prove it. And so you had to vote innocent, and they did. I don't want to be surprised if those other streams and services like Kick or Rumble offer him a contract. Yeah. They love the French reaction YouTubers, do they? And I just can't do that. Somebody was saying, somebody was talking about the fact that Fringe and Rumble are struggling to gain foothold in the mainstream market. and their companies or platforms are struggling. And I think YouTube has gone after them to try to keep them down. And I don't know anything about them, to be honest. I really don't know. But that's something I was watching an interview the other day with some people talking about when Elon Musk was being rumored that he might buy CNN. And they talked about, well, Rumble and those others maybe going by the wayside if somebody don't purchase them and redo them. That's the guy with $200 million of legal fees buys, yeah. Yeah, that's what $200 million legal fees buy you. Yeah, guilty. Well, yeah, I mean, he was guilty, but he was innocent. You know, and I can't, look, I guess how I look at this, you can't say that a miscarriage of justice was done when it comes to O.J. Simpson, because we didn't, the state didn't prove their case. The state didn't prove it. So if I'm that way, if I'm him, if I'm being tried in court, I don't want to be convicted just because I'm guilty. I want the state to prove their case. And if they can't prove their case, then I should get to go free, right? If the government can't, you know, the burden's on the government. And whether we like it or not, I think that's a very important thing that we got to let him be, you know. We got to let him free because the government didn't do their job. You know, right, Dan? I mean, come on, right? You gotta, come on, because how, you know, and look, and we can theorize. I know why the state failed, because I think the state failed miserably because they were too worried about how they looked on TV versus prosecuting the guy. They wanted to look cool on TV to get book deals versus making a conviction. It's not if you can prove that they did, yeah. It's not if you can prove that they did it. It's if they can prove that you did, that you're, yeah. In our society, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. But in the real world, we all know that we're guilty until we prove ourselves innocent. You know, and that's made clear in American society that we are guilty until proven innocent, which is asinine. Asinine. And if you don't have money, you're going to be found guilty. And that's one thing I hate about the judicial system in America. I like how I hate how we keep poor people poor. We keep giving misdemeanor tickets, putting people further and further in debt for tags, a brake light out, who can barely afford to put gas in their car to go to work. So I'm getting on a rant, but I hate the legal system in America. I think it is so effed up. I see so many people that are struggling in life, and they get pulled over and they get a ticket and they can't pay the damn ticket. Next thing you know, their driver's license is suspended, their tags are, it just snowballs, and the government loves it. And police officers love it. They love putting people into a situation they can't get out of. And the law enforcement in America is a joke. We are out of touch with America. We're out of touch with technology. And we're out of touch, period. Get me on a roll. Get me fired up. I hate how we can put a price on justice and health. I agree. Bail bond is a business. It is, and it should not be. I agree. I think they ought to do away with misdemeanor traffic offenses. I just do. I don't think they ought to be able to pull you over for misdemeanor traffic offenses anymore. I think it's stupid. You know, because a lot of them are just fishing for a bigger issue, and I think it's pathetic. And we wouldn't have it. Just it's so wrong. We're making. Oh, it's raining really big time here. We're making criminals out of decent, good people because they can't afford to pay the damn fines they get for a parking ticket. And now all of a sudden it snowballs, and then they get sentenced to 9 days in jail. It's just not right. It's not right. It's not right. I want to be, I would be the judge that, well, one, cops would hate because I would get rid of their cases, this stupid bullshit. You know, I think it's one thing to be able to pull people over and go, look, and maybe in other countries, they do it differently. I would like to see our law enforcement, and I got friends in law enforcement, and some of them are the bullies and the assholes, and others are going, I hate this job because I'm made. We can't speak up, we can't speak out, we got to toe the blue line, but I think it would be okay if for the police to pull you over and say, by the way, did you know that your tags are expired? No ticket, but here's how you get it fixed. You know, there is a government website you can go to, blah, 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 blah. Let me pull you over and warn you, give you a warning. Everything should be a warning. You're not using your turn signal. The reason it's important to use a turn signal is to help prevent accidents. You know, your headlights aren't on. Did you know your headlights aren't on? You know, are you having a mechanical issue? Here's some repair shops. If you don't, blah, 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 blah. I think that's what law enforcement ought to be when it comes to misdemeanor traffic bullshit. I don't think there should be any damn tickets. If it's 5, 6, 7 miles over the speed limit, if it's 20 miles over, maybe that's a more of a criminal thing, maybe a low felony. I don't know. They could figure that out. But I don't like it. I don't like how we do it. As well as seeing a shift from when I was a kid. I'm 35 now, but cops were much more they were. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you what's changed. They were dirtier back when we were kids. We just didn't know it. They were racist. They were homophobic. They were murdering people, burying them out in back of buildings without people knowing it. We just didn't know it. The thing that has changed are cameras. That's why there's more hate, because there's more of a spotlight on them. They don't want the camera on them, because then they can't can't get away with the things that they want to get away with. Yeah, we were too young to notice, and we believed the publicity that cops were good. I'm telling you, I know a lot of retired officers over the years. They were not good guys. They were not good guys. Most of them were drunks, but they were violent, mean, nasty, sexually harassed women, harassed black people for being black, harassed gays for being gay, Mexicans for being Mexican. I'm telling you. But now it's like, how dare you film the police? Everybody should film every police officer there is. Cops, the technology, every patrol car in the United States should have a 360 camera on it that runs all the time, uploads automatically. Every cop should have a body camera that as soon as they step out of their car, it comes on. And they have to get permission to turn it back off. Not when they can silence it themselves and hide it and do this and cover the camera up. They should have to call in to dispatch and get permission to turn the body camera off so they can go back and do whatever. Film the priest as well, and politicians. I agree, Dennis. There should not be any, in today's world, if you want better, then do better, right? If we want better, then everybody should do better. But the people that have any power, and I say the same thing in classrooms. I think every high school, junior high school, elementary school, they should have a camera system running 24, well, while class is running. So there should be a camera looking down over the classroom, watching the classroom. Every school bus, every courthouse. Why should anything in a court be secret except for maybe when we're talking about adoption records and children things? But it still should be recorded. It should just be sealed. Lie detector test for all public. I agree. Are you high now? You know, and no more of this, well, you're my buddy, I'm going to let it go. And the other thing I don't get, and look, I'm a fat guy, and I can say this, how in the hell do cops become so fat? If you can't outrun me, then you can't be a cop. I don't get that part of it. You know, I think every first responder ought to be on camera. I think every firefighter should be on camera. I think everything should, but it can go to a central processing center for house fires, but the documentation should be there in case it's needed. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I would be happy to have a camera in my classroom. It wouldn't bother me to have people watching, be able to go back and watch, did I really call that person, a bad word? Did I really screw up and show up drunk to class like they said? But then again, if you're doing lie detectors, who's going to decide who passes and fails? I think that's kind of a scam. I think what you got to do is make people promise, like politicians. You promise not to lie now that you're a government official. So therefore, if we catch you in a lie and it's proven, we're going to take you out of your position. You forfeit your position and your salary. So that's what I think. But I don't know how people can be fat old cops. I do think we have too many jarheads in law enforcement. We have too many guys that come out of the military that believes that everybody's the enemy. And that's what I mean by policing. I think it's vital to have a good law enforcement structure. But I think we're doing it wrong. I think militarizing the police is the wrong way to go. It's not good to have police officers thinking everybody's the enemy. We're not the enemy. The guy walking down the street, just because he looks like he doesn't have a lot of money, doesn't make him a damn enemy. But police officers are taught everybody's the enemy. Attack, attack, attack. Everybody's the enemy. They're all illegal. They're all bad. They all got drugs on them. And that's just not the case. But they will escalate things so that they can feel good about who they are. And I think we just do law enforcement the wrong way in America. I think you got to have multiple divisions in law enforcement. You got to have people like in the Philippines who stand around at the doors without guns and watch for shoplifters and kind of are the community face. And then you got the guys with the guns who kind of stand back over here, who's watching things more for the criminal element, because not everybody is a freaking criminal. Not everybody is. But I got friends in law enforcement that one, they've told me, I've talked to them when I got them drunk, so they will openly admit, they say, yeah, in the military, we taught everybody's the enemy. We come out, the only really job we know that's like that is law enforcement. So we go to the academy and they teach us the same thing. Everybody's the enemy, everybody's bad, everybody's a criminal. And we are the saviors of the world. I just caught up on the Johnny Somali case. Okay, good. What do you think of it, Dan? What do you think? So you guys got me fired up on a rant. Now my head's getting even heavier. So shame on you guys for giving me. I just wanted my wife to be the ambassador to the Philippines today. Is all I wanted. So what do you think of that case, Dan? I know some of us talked about the thing back in the 80s and the 90s with a kid in Singapore who got caned. What is the name of that stick? Katano? Is that a Katano stick? What's the name of that bamboo stick that kid got beat with for defacing or spray painting a monument in Singapore? Henry probably does. For beatings, I don't know. I'm trying to Google it. Well, I found it, but I haven't found the term. What they call it. I'm looking for the name of that stick. It's not a katana, is it, or something? I don't know. For punishment, maybe? A rattan cane? A rattan cane. It was DJ who overstayed their visa. Yeah, okay, so a Kaboo rattan punishment cane is what I'm seeing here. So you might be right, that's what it's called. Rattan cane. Okay. Okay, I thought it was called something else. I did. I thought it had a different name or something. But yeah, I think you're right. Well, the kid in Singapore, what was that? I thought he spray painted, you know. Michael Fay, in 1995, a court sentenced American teenager Michael Fay to be lashed 6 times with a cane for violating the Vandalism Act. Try that in America. This caused temporary strain in relations between Singapore and the United States. Well, the United States should have been smart and said, cane the shit out of them. Oh, I was wrong. All right, let me read it to you because I found it. Fay was arrested for stealing road signs and vandalizing 18 cars over a 10-day period in September of '93. He pled guilty, but later claimed he was advised that such a plea would prelude caning, meaning he wouldn't be caned. Pussy. You can vandalize cars, but you're not tough enough to take a caning? What a pussy you are. Fay's sentence garnered controversy. So he got caned 6 times and he's still bitching and crying about it. Pussy. But we should do that in America, right? Well, Dev had that coming. Yeah, definitely had it coming. I don't know why Americans got pissed off about it. I remember it happening. It didn't bother me any. But a lot of people in America said go for it, so that's something. The Clinton administration officially objected. Pussy. I wonder where he is now. Strains in the house. Good eating from Poland. And I wish you a lot of health because that's the most important thing. Health and happiness. I agree. But thank you for being here from Poland. Love having you. Thank you for the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, thank you for subscribing. Let's say the kid, Michael, what was his name again? Michael Fay? Fay returned in '94 to live with his dad in America. I wonder what has ever happened to him. Oh, check this out. You guys didn't know this. I wonder what happened. I want you guys to tell me what happened. Faye suffered burns to his face and hands in America after being here a few months. A butane incident. What do you think he was doing? Why would his hands and face be caught on fire during a butane incident? So thank you for coming in from Pola. I wonder what he was trying to smoke, right? You know? He claimed that he was sniffing butane, made him forget to make him forget, oh, pussy. He was so distraught he had to sniff, butane to forget his trauma. What about all the cars you vandalized? He was arrested for marijuana and drugs in America, charges to which he confessed but was acquitted because of technical errors. In 2010, the case was recalled by international news. Another foreigner in Singapore, a Swiss national, was sentenced to 5 months in jail and 3 strokes of the cane for trespassing. Jesus. I don't see anything about his older life. I think we just become too big of wimps. So I can go to Singapore, vandalize cars, and raise hell for 10 days, but I can't handle being hit with a stick, 6 times. So I got to come back and become a drug addict and blow my face up because I was huffing butane because the trauma was so severe. Oh, come on now. Man, American kids. Man, I tell you what. I think we need to do more, man, I'm telling you, when I was a little kid, if I did shit like that, the police didn't have to punish us, Our moms and dads beat the living snot shit out of us, I just saw a thing on YouTube here, news came through that says $2 General employees and 3 others arrested, and over $300,000 inventory loss from Dollar General. I didn't know Dollar General's had $300,000 worth of inventory in a store, period. Because all their crap is such garbage. That's funny. What time is it? Almost 10? All right. So I got to figure out. So here's my plan for the day. 1, I got to send an email about this book I read to my buddy who wrote it. So if you guys want a good book to read, here's a good book to read. Doesn't cost very much. It's an easy read. But I need to send him a good video, so I got to make that today. I need to email Donald Trump and tell him my wife wants to be the ambassador to the Philippines, even though Scotty says it's impossible. I'm going to do it anyway because we are not part of the Foreign Service exam people. But we're going to ask for that. And then I was going to do something else today, but I can't remember what it is. So but as we push on to the 10 o'clock hour, folks, I think it's time for us to wrap this live stream up. I appreciate everybody coming in and being here. Appreciate all the new subscribers, all the thumbs up, all the support we get. And we will come back and do a live again tonight. We do usually a live in the evenings. So we will be back for that. But for now, let me go find some drugs to take. Maybe I can find some drugs. I got to get the box from the front door. Remember, we're being really quiet about that. We don't want to wake the dogs up. And then I got to call President Trump and say my wife wants to be the ambassador to the Philippines and see if he can't change the law and the rules. We also got to start paying attention whether Elon Musk and Ramaswamy does a good job managing our government and making things better. And we're going to keep an eye out on the Elliot Eastman thing, which nothing's really happening. And we're going to watch out for the stupid kid in Korea in hopes he gets 10 years in prison. And hopefully they will get the cane out and whoop him. So, and that's what we're going to do today. So, all right, my friends, I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you once again for all watching. If you didn't give us a thumbs up on the way in, give us one on the way out. And we will see you guys probably after 6 p.m. tonight. So take care. Henry, talk to you a little bit later, my friend. Hang in there. I hope your joints get feeling better like my head gets feeling better. So I know we're both getting old like Dennis. So, but let's try to feel somewhat better, my friend. So, all right, everybody, take care and talk to you guys soon.